Yeah, Harry, you have to record. Okay. So, yeah. So, conclusion of what we were doing on that Mahāchattarisikasutta. So, basically, we looked at three ways of seeing. That is, either you put God, or you put random, or you put karma. This is the only thing you can do. So, it seems all right. It seems good because that's how we can see. As far as we can see, if somebody asks what is going to happen to something, and then God only knows how long you're going to live. Let's say if that's their question, what would we answer?
God only knows.
Exactly. That would be the answer. But the right answer is, as long as you have the Ayu.
Ayu.
Now the question comes, how do you know how much Ayu you have? That depends on the amount of moral deeds you have done. So each is linking backwards. And that's the beauty of this cause and effect. Right? So then if I don't know that, I'll say, I don't know. As long as it goes, is one way of argument. Another way depends on my karma. Which
So,
also seems, yeah.
Bilashi, I think you were saying once, this topic came in my mind before also, but the conversation was going on, so I didn't ask. You told everything is not dependent on karma.
Correct.
Yeah, it told something like some other name or name and all is there. So how you relate to it? Even are we coming into, for example, in a hot country or a cold country or the climate, or all these things we come because of our karma, is it? So then you also said everything is not related to karma.
Yes. Yes and no. Yes in some way, no in some way. Okay, so if you want me to sidetrack it and tell you how this works, it's like this. Now you have the consciousness. So we have to go back to the consciousness. So consciousness has something which it likes or dislikes. In consciousness, there's nothing like liking and disliking. In the mind is liking and disliking. So you need to know the differentiation between the consciousness which is pure and a consciousness which is conditioned. These are two things. And hence Buddha never uses the other one, he uses this second one, which is conditioned. Okay, nevertheless, is, let's say I like cold climate, as I am here in this place. I keep on cursing the hot weather. Now, what is that I'm doing? I'm creating a destiny in Pali Gati, which, if conditions were to match, you will be reborn in a place. You means that this established consciousness will be reborn in a place which is appropriate for that kind of living. Okay. Now, I didn't want it hot climate. I wanted cold climate. But by hating, I'm creating more heat. Got the point? So guess what? I'll be reborn in hot climate. So you understand the point?
So is it that also in the mind you're making some karma, right? Because
wait for a second. Now, the stronger it is a sankhara, and through sankhara you create karma. So first you need to know three things. One is vasana, one is samskara, sankhara, and third one is karma. So in one sutta called Bija Sutta, Buddha explains this in a most beautiful way. He says, kammam khetta. Okay. And then this tanha sineho, moisture. And the third one is vinyana bija. Right? So you have to observe it in a very good fashion to understand what is it trying to say. Kammam khetta. It's the ground, fertile ground. You can put whatever you want. If condition matches, it will grow. So what you require? Bija. That's a consciousness. So you have to consciously keep on nurturing that place. So what do? You put a seed. Good seed, bad seed, all are karma. Now, whether to put a seed or not is left to you. But when you put a seed, and that kind of thing is going to grow, provided the moisture is there. Tanha sineho. Clear? Now, if you argue that everything is karma, need not be. Why? Because I have a choice, I have a free will not to put the seed itself. So where is it going to happen? And hence, not everything is karma. Could you give me 1 second? So, I can't say everything is karmic. I can't say nothing is karmic. Then both are wrong. So when it is karmic and when it is not karmic, when chetana comes, chetana means intention, it becomes karmic. Agree? Chetana aham bhikkave kammam vadami. So if there is an intention, intentionally you put a seed and you expect that seed to come, that means it's karmic. Because you're having craving. So let's say I want to be reborn in a cold temperate zone. There's craving for existence, right? Bhav tanha. Based upon that, if the condition matches, it's all conditioning matching, right? It's all matching of condition. If it matches, means if the land is fertile, for that seed to come, and then you put the seed, it comes, it flourishes. If the fertile ground is not there, the seed is good, then nothing will come. If the moisture is not there, the seed is good, land is also good, but also doesn't come because there's no tanha, there's no craving. So let's say I'm in India and the roads are totally dug up today. What used to take 20 minutes to drive now is taking for people around 1 hour plus. Thanks to Karnataka government, and they are making our life more interesting. I use the word interesting instead of miserable. It's pretty interesting because they want you to see the karma. Okay, so now you can curse and you can say horrible potholes, this, that, all that. Anyway, is that our karma to stay here? Let's take this practical example. It is depend on 3 factors. 1, the fertile ground. So presently, as we drive on Bangalore roads, it's fertile ground where karma can be made. Clear? You still have a choice of not cursing. You still have a choice. Or I curse. Keep on feeling agitated, worked up. Now I'll start to think, I'm driving, I'll start to think, when I was in Australia, in Brisbane, it was so nice driving, it was left-hand driving, but still, only Bobby was the problem. He used to say, Vilasji, you're across 60, you're across 70, or whatever it is, otherwise, it was all good. And in that thinking, I banged somebody's car. And because anyway, potholes, right? So then this guy braked and I couldn't brake and I hit him. So then he's asking for compensation. I mean, from Australia, my mind has to come back to this dirty place called India and Bangalore, and then fights and all of that. Is that karmic? And the answer is no. It is carelessness. I can't put it under rug of karmic and say, you know what, it's karma. If it is true, then you can't get enlightenment or liberation or whatever it is because it's karmic. If you have karma, then you get it. Otherwise, no. So that's not how it works. So three things are required. Always in Dhamma, three things. There's no two things, three things. Just like eye, sight, and consciousness, three things. In the same way, you require the land or the fertile ground, the seed, and the moisture. If moisture is missing, other two cannot. If the ground is missing, the other two cannot. If the seed is missing, the other two cannot. In the same way, eyes and sight, eye cannot meet the sight without consciousness tying them both. If there is no conscious experience, there's no feeling. This means this consciousness doesn't tie two things. Then there's no experience. So there's no feeling. If there's no feeling, there's no perception. If there's no perception, then the whole problem is gone. This is what is Dhamma. That means you can escape. This is where the Nissarana comes. So asada, adinava, Nissarana. So asada is relishing it. Adinava is the danger, and the Nissarana is escaping. So you can escape by not having contact. So eye and sight, I'm seeing, I'm driving, let's say, I'm seeing the pothole. It's there, big one, crater. Just do what you're supposed to do at that moment. You have to slow down your car, ensure that it goes inside and it comes out. That's it. No reaction. So there's no contact. If there's no contact, there's no feeling. And there's no perception. That means you are in Nibbana. But the very fact that you are not disturbed, the mind is still. Even though the worst of the condition, and then you're not disturbed. I now, if I argue it is my karmic, what karmic there? What is karma supposed to do there? If I identify, then there is karmic. If I don't identify, there's no karma. Now, what do you mean by identifying? I am driving the car. That's an identification. If there is no identification, then there's no suffering. That's what I meant. Yeah, go ahead. Any further questions on that? Welcome. Yes, sir.
No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Bobby, go ahead.
Okay, so when you say that somebody is not, when there is a big hole and they are not getting angry, it can be in a positive way and negative way. Sometimes people doesn't get angry out of ignorance, and sometimes there is no aversion. Their mind is full of calm and happy, and sometimes it is used through wisdom also. That awareness and wisdom is there. But do you think this awareness and wisdom is very high stage, because it is not, as far as I understand, it is not with everyone. It's very rarely people have that. But some people have this good quality of keeping their mind very happy and calm, and they don't get angry, because their aversion is gone. And,
yes, good point. So Buddha, in fact, Sariputta, Buddha, and many people called it as indifference. We're not talking about indifference. You can have indifference and be done with it. You just are indifferent. meaning you don't feel because you're indifferent. So say the same pothole example, and then I've already accepted to it. You know what, I'm here, okay. Anyway, this is the way to drive, okay, I'll drive. So seemingly happy. Is that wisdom? And the answer is no, but it's indifference. That's neutrality is due to indifference, not due to wisdom.
It's ignorance.
It's ignorance because the two things, right? You will react to two things, but not a third one. The reaction is there for sukha. Okay, that means pleasant. And there is a reaction for dukkha, which is unpleasant. But there's no reaction for neutral. If you see, when we meet the person for the first time, there's absolutely no reaction. So to say, because you're still yet to make up what this person is. In the same way, if I've seen this, Bangalore is full of potholes from the time I started my schooling here, and now in my 53rd year, I'm seeing same kind. I've got adjusted to it. It really doesn't make me feel anything. Just like somebody is going to hospital all the time and then he gets used to hospital. He becomes indifferent to it. It's not out of wisdom, it's ignorance, but he stops reacting to it because every now and then he's in hospital. And in fact, all the hospital staff know him very well. So next time he goes, hey, how are you doing? All good? No, it's not good. They know that he's not good. So they will give him a ICU, and sometimes he's in the other bed and this and that and so many things. So then, or let's say I'm used to going to jail, and the first time I went to jail, I was unhappy, but I've gone to the umpteen number of times, and even the inspector and police and all these guys knows me, and we have tea and coffee and all breakfast and lunch and dinner and all that. So I got used to it, and all of these days, where were you? We were looking for you. I said, yeah, I was feeling bored. So I'm literally indifferent. And many of us, for situations, we are indifferent. It means looks very calm, looks very convincing, but it's indifference, it's just indifferent. Even in office, some people work literally indifferent. Neither they show that they are not happy with it, nor they show they're unhappy with it. You give whatever, they say, oh, okay. So does that mean they are come out of ignorance? And the answer is no. Yes, Abhishek.
One thing I commonly note in this context is these days there is a culture of denial of the experience, which to me seems like also another form of ignorance, which is especially in our Dhamma community, which is like, oh yeah, I think I'm fine. I'm not reacting to it, like self-convincing. And they are really creating, I see a detachment. So there is, the emotions are coming, the feelings and emotions, they're actually coming, but they're putting a lid on top just so that they can convince that I am non-reacting. So the reaction is perhaps happening, but they're putting layers so that they don't feel, and they feel like I'm doing the work. And what I see with time, it happens. I've also been there at some point. And then I see over time what they have is disconnection. And so all the reactions keeps bottling up underneath and keeps growing. And at some point they think, what is happening? I'm doing all the things right, but everything is messed up, and they go to the other extreme without knowing. This is also, I don't know which of these it would fall, but I see this again and again very often.
Good one. So it's the story goes like this. When you are on Dhamma, initially you are very happy.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is when you start noticing that people are getting more than you, there's a sense of befallen state. That means you don't know what to be done, honestly. So you have to put a mask which will show that, you know what, I've been told not to react to anything. That's the way to be. So I've been told just to ignore, right? So I'm getting pleasant feelings. Oh, no, my teacher has said, no pleasant feelings. So I'm getting unpleasant feeling. No unpleasant feelings. Please don't react to any unpleasant and pleasant. Just keep watching. Okay. I started watching. So I convince myself, you know what, I'm supposed to be watching. But the meaning is correct, but the condition is wrong. Watching is without reaction. It doesn't mean no action should be taken. The reaction shouldn't be there. We react to conditions. We don't take action to condition. Instead, what this person does is something strange. He doesn't even take an action. Forget the reaction. He'll say, you know what? I think we shouldn't be doing anything. Who said? My teacher said. Strange teacher you have. Because it's action. The thing is, there's a difference between action and reaction. Action means you have thought through the problem. And you've done all kind of analysis to see if you take this decision, what's going to happen. If you take this decision, what's going to happen. If you don't take a decision, what's going to happen, etc. And then you have to take a call now. That's action. Reaction is as soon as something happens, you just jump on that. And that shouldn't be done. But what I do is I go to the other side of it. I don't even take an action, forget reaction. So it's just like neurofiddling while Rome was burning. So, boss, your house is on fire. Yeah, eventually, you know what, life is all about burning, it just burns and becomes ashes. And what's the point in it? So that level of depression when person goes, meaning when he or she just try convincing that it's okay, thinking that that's going to give him liberation, that guy has gone on the other side of it,
Right.
which is a depressed mentality. So instead of being enthusiastic, this person becomes like a real sloth person, not even able to lift himself, his body. Somebody says, hey, let's go out. You know what? Going out is a pain. My teacher has told me, Vilas, don't go out. Because if you go out, this world will eat you. Don't go out. Okay. But you have to do something. Yeah, I'm thinking I shouldn't be doing anything. That's what I've been told. Don't react to anything. So even if you want to take a bath, don't react to bathing. Don't react to this. So it goes to the other extreme.
Yeah, I find it's easier if somebody's on the extreme edge, but usually they're not on the extreme, but close, somewhere in between the extreme and middle ground, and they don't realize and they keep living. And problem is, a lot of these individuals are actually walking the path and are known, and so then other people start following them. They're setting examples, and soon it becomes a culture. And in my observation, I could be wrong, but I really feel in our country, this is the major problem. We have wrong idea about liberation, wrong idea about spirituality, and everybody has labeled things for, everything is karma, and everything leads to inaction. Everything leads to, there's a certain level of recovering from trauma. So there's a certain level of inaction for everything. Whereas, if you go to other countries, you see a stark difference. Some places it's the other opposite. In the West, they are always something happen, they have to fix it, bring new protocol, and then make a new law, and then there are too many rules and regulations, overdone, overprotection, over-responding to small things. In the company, one thing happens, the whole company now has made new protocols, and they're going to do something about it. And we here on the other side, the small things, no big deal, and you just don't do it. That's a culture. And then at some point you see things are falling apart, things are not getting fixed, and at some point the whole culture is like that. And that's why I find in our culture, it's just everything is broken and it's fine. And sometimes we think like, that's good, like we can just live with it. And I think it's become a big cultural problem.
Yeah, you know what, Abhishek, it's like this. Eventually, unless otherwise properly groomed, each person will take one extreme. Okay. like in the West, everything has to be well thought through. Like in this Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, everything when it falls apart. Nothing in between. So here, well thought through. Lot of dancing. Here the skyscraper is falling down. Let's see when it falls. So shaking, your foundation is shaking. Yeah. But you know what? Our lives are so, it's like that, it just shakes and falls away, just like a leaf falling, and one day we have to fall and to think we should be falling. So if you see majority of this V, like this V, is you either take one side of this leaf and fall down, and then take the other side of leaf and fall down. It's a mess, because if you see what is spiritual, and in fact, it's one of the funny word in English called spiritual. Some people claim I'm spiritual. What does that mean? I mean, you have a spirit in you, exactly agreed, but what is spiritual about it? It means I want to be something different, honestly. But isn't it that you are spiritual irrespective of whether you are spiritual by word or by some label? You are spiritual because you are supposed to be following moral values. Irrespective, or let's say I'm in this organization, hired for some purpose, I need to be ethical, I need to be moral, irrespective of whether I'm branding myself as spiritual or not spiritual. So I should do the following things. I shouldn't disclose any information which is not supposed to be disclosed to outsiders of the organization information. I shouldn't be using the resources in a bad way or in an improper way. I shouldn't be telling lies. I shouldn't be stealing copyrights and all that and blah, blah. All that is same, right? It doesn't matter. And that's being spiritual. Because you are self-disciplined, and that's being spiritual. Now, adding a word spiritual doesn't make the indiscipline become discipline, just because I'm adding a word called spiritual. So basically, we have got muddled up with these words, and English is a very funny language because you can put whatever under the sun and then claim it to be, and it seems to be most appropriate to do. Anyway, coming back to the point is, we take either one of the side, whether we like it or not. So we take karma because that's something the Southeast Asian nations are used to. So then everything is karma. Why are you in this organization? My karma is. Like my manager is also laughing. She's sitting in front of me because we keep on talking. My karma is not ended in this organization. So maybe, but it's not karma. It's a condition. Majorly, the condition matches in a way that either you continue or you can't continue, no matter what you think it is. So presently, my condition is such that I'm not able to quit the organization. It's fair. And they're feeding me. So thank you very much and continue. If not, say goodbye, thank you. Shouldn't be elated when they are hiring me, and shouldn't be disappointed when they say, Vilas, tomorrow is the last working day. Fine, it doesn't change anything. That's how it should be. If that's not, then it's a problem. Yes. Mrityunjay, go ahead.
Sir, we know that Tinnam Sangati Fasso, that is the consciousness. And this. In the same way, that analogy, this Kamma, this consciousness, Kamma as a field, consciousness as a bija, and Tanaha as a moisture, what is that Fassa there?
Fassa is all the three coming together.
And what happens what?
it starts growing. So you now are in the clutches of karma. Whoever that you is, that means that plant is now in the clutches of karma, because it depends on the land which is giving it food and the moisture of wanting to stay back. Right? That's how karma is made now.
So that means if we are not getting, no first happens means we are released from karma.
Absolutely. Not released only from karma, released from sankhara, karma, vasana, everything is gone.
That is nissarana.
Escape, yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes, Sari.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day when I was thinking about this, everything is not karma, I was thinking about this example. I don't know if it's correct, so I just want to share it. So I was thinking, I've seen these stages where a lot of people have a lot of preset stages on the same stage, but not all are acting at the same time, but only when the spotlight puts on them, they start acting, because that's when they, that's their turn and they start acting. But so I was thinking the karma that we did, like good things, that some good scenes that are supposed to happen, bad karma, the bad scenes supposed to happen, but the light has to shine on them. And that's consciousness, right? And it depends on the conditions. And let's say that person's angry today, there are specific scenes that's supposed to be light on, and then that karma plays out itself. Like that, I don't know if it's a good example.
Sort of. It's not like that. So in the Visuddhi Magga, I think I'll take that up just to again re-clarify. So there are 5 niyamas. Buddha never spoke about these 5 niyamas in any of the suttas, but if you combine everything up, it somewhat resembles the 5 niyama. Niyama means regulations. Okay. So first, it's a bija which defines what happens, right? So this body is based upon bija. Clear? Your body, my body, Lata's body sitting here, every body, B-O-D-Y, as body, not everybody, every body is based upon bija. That bija has what? Consciousness, right? From this, whatever Buddha is talking about, this consciousness. If a proper fertile environment is given, it grows, otherwise not. Agree with me? And that fertile environment is karma, right? So bija niyama is what all experiences you are brought to show, just like an actor showing his talent. Right? So he is asked to do this, he does that, asked to do this, he does that, asked to do this, he does that, like that. So today, minimum, if you take, you're playing these roles. You're an Indian, or a Chinese, or an American, or an Australian, or some nationality. That's just a role played by that consciousness. Clear? That's the first role. Second role, from that state from which you are. So as in the case of Bobby, he is from Kerala. So he speaks a language called Malayalam. Is consciousness Malayali or a Keralite? Answer is no. It's got nothing to do with it, actually. But here is the catch. If Bobby thinks he is a Malayali and he feels happy about being a Malayali, he's created a karma. Because he's intending it. So I speak Kannada and he speaks Malayalam. And Lata here speaks Malayalam. And I hate all Malayalis, are horrible people. Okay. Now, I am lucky to be a Kannada person. Why? If you ask me this question, I'm from Karnataka, so I'm in my state. These idiots have come here to work. They couldn't find a job in their state. Okay. Now, who is creating karma? Am I creating karma or are they creating karma? And the answer is I am creating karma. It's my intention, right? So I have a bad intent right now as I speak because I'm getting agitated, irritated, or whatever that can be. It's just a language. It doesn't matter. Consciousness can play any language, right? Because consciousness can play out whatever it is there. It just comes out. It plays and goes away. So Bobby being a Malayali, if another Malayalam person is there, he will speak in Malayalam and that's it, over. And if he is not there, then I and he speak in English. And he'll speak broken Kannada, so which is good. So whatever it is, we're having some fun. If I don't have an intention at all, either with Lata or with Bobby or with anyone, and I take all consciousness as same, then there's no karma. Got it? Because the niyama is, the regulation is, as the bija, so the karma. As you sow, so you reap. Agree with me? So that's what is the ground. So when it's on the ground, if you don't give moisture, you have solved the problem. Craving. Being a Kannada person or being a Malayali person, liking Malayalam is as good as hating Malayalam. They have no difference. Basically, on one side, you are going towards liking it, welcoming it, which is called Abhinandana. And on the side, you're hating it, which means dvesha, hatredness. Okay. If you are not of both, can a karma happen? The answer is no. Even though he's a born Malayali, it's good to be a Malayali. It's bad to be Malayali. He doesn't even care. That is indifference. I'm not talking indifference. He knows that consciousness can play any role and he gives up. There's no karma. Now, what does the plant show then? Nothing. It's just growing, exhausting the sankhara, basically. See, the leaves will come, they'll fall. Now, that cannot be stopped, but there's no further sankhara to it. But the point, because the vasana, the smelly thing, is gone. You've exhausted that. So can he be a Malayali in the next life? In fact, he will not even come here. Why being a Malayali? Right? So he has solved the problem. The consciousness was playing Malayali role. So now it does. Now Bobby is a husband. That's his next role. You see this fun? The next role. He finds, due to marriage, I became a husband. Here is the deal. I'll divorce it in my mind. So will he be a husband? The answer is no. Because consciousness doesn't have being a husband. And then he has 2 children. He'll cut out that. It's gone. Wow, this is interesting. He has a house. Cut that out. And the consciousness doesn't get a footing for existence, or for non-existence, or for both. It's beautiful. So, karma, that is bija niyama, kamma niyama, dhamma niyama, utu niyama, chitta niyama, 5 niyamas. So we covered on the first one, bija, kamma. It has its own dharma. It will show its own flavors as husband. as neighbor, as this, as an Indian, as blah, blah, so many things. No dharma. Wow. No chitta. You beat it. That thing doesn't even come. So the uttu is not there. The environment itself is not there. You kicked out. So now what happens? You remove the craving. So will it sustain? And the answer is no. That's how you escape out of samsara, not by craving. Okay, hope I answered. Yes, Ryu, you were wanting to ask again.
Yeah, sorry, this may be a bit random, but this thought was troubling me a while ago because, in this, these Chinese people are getting caught to Myanmar, and they're forced to, cheat people online. I used to have a fear if cheat people around the world. They're con artists, or they're conning people everywhere, and you're forced to do it. If you don't, they beat you up. They do a lot of bad things to you. So I used to get a fear that what if I was there, then I have to force to do bad karma. But I think now I can see that even that you're forced to do something, if you're only playing by the script and have no intention to lie, even despite of lying, you're not creating karma. So no one can force you to create karma. Even if they beat you and they say this, it's not karma because I'm not lying.
No, it is not. It is not. It is not. Only intention creates karma. So if you don't have an intention at all, irrespective of whatever is happening, no karma is created. So like I'm in this organization right now, and I'm supposed to be working. That's the truth and fact. I'm supposed to be delivering something to my manager, which is also truth and fact. I just keep on doing it because I have ability to do something, which I'm doing. That's it. No karma, even though I'm here. Now the question comes, should I work or shouldn't I work? It's got nothing to do with it. Is there an intention to work? No. Is there an intention not to work? No. I got an opportunity, just using it. The opportunity is gone. You're gone. So why antagonize anyone? So I've been given some work which I think I can deliver. So why don't I use my skill set and deliver? What's wrong with that? And they're going to compensate me with some money and just take it and leave. I'm not asking they should give me this. I'm not saying anything. Whatever comes, comes. Just take it. Leave. So can I be a monk while working like this? Yeah, you can be. Mrityunjay, go ahead.
Sir, again, regarding this kamma, moisture, and bija, how to understand that ida pachayata in these situations? How to understand?
Ida pachayata, three things are required. Otherwise, nothing is going to work. If you remove craving, you just remove craving and see what happens. It will run to the extent possible and stops. That's it. There's no future arising. Craving creates arising. If there is not, then there's nothing, then you're done. Then you're done with it. That's how the asavakaya jnana happens. In the same way, eyes and sight and consciousness, if there is no conscious experience, can the eye meet the sight? Please think it over and let me know. So there's no contact, there's no feeling, there's no perception. And there's no sankhara also. What is sankhara? I need it to be this way. So that means eyes, when it sees the sight, the conscious experience should be this way. And let's say that's not the case. It's not indifference. Okay, we'll see. No. I'm not even aspiring for it. I'm not craving for it, a particular condition to be there. And that's it. There ends the matter. That's the end of suffering. Yes, Abhishek.
Connecting to our previous conversation and what Eri was also saying, that imagine if I'm in an environment where there's clearly a certain amount of injustice happening, and collectively we know that there is things happening which is not just. And so it's very slippery slope or a very fine line where I might say, oh yeah, I'm not going to participate in it, I'm going to stay indifferent. Or I see, oh, there is something happening, and then there is from inside, I feel like there's, depending on the level of conscience of an individual, a person might be okay with what's happening, and the other extreme, a person has the urge to do something about it in whatever capacity. So I think it's a bit tricky.
It's like this, like I'm working today. It's a thin line between quitting and begging or working for living. Okay, now you have to answer this question in a most pragmatic way. Some people earn for a living. Some people live for earning. Now, which one you want?
Earn for living.
Earn for living, let's say. If you're earning for living, why should you earn for living? Because that's a standard. Right? Otherwise, you have to beg for living or you have to earn for living. So if I want to be a monk, I have to beg for living. Somebody is going to feed me. What if I don't want to be a monk with that ropes thing? Can I just earn for living? Like a monk? You can. If I live for earning, that's a different story altogether. So now I have to do 100 different things to make it happen. Now, some people quit jobs thinking that spiritual means quitting job. Which makes what? Fool of oneself. That's just like sloth and torpor, right? You just get lethargic, that's it. You come up with a reason that, you know what, I need to practice this, so I need to quit the job. A quitting job will not get you that. You quit the job in the mind. Empty the mind of contents. You keep working. Anyway, you have to keep working. How? Let me give you a straight analogy. Will you stop brushing teeth just because you quit the job? No. Will you stop going to toilet just because you quit the job? No. Would you stop taking bath because you just quit the job? No. Will you not start feeding, eating just because you quit the job? Will you stop wearing clothes? Nothing. It's got nothing to do with your state of mind. So here is the deal. You have to earn for a living. That's it. If that is a standard or a protocol, you just do that. You've got some skill set which can become useful to someone. Why don't you use that skill set? Give it to them. You don't have to ask them, give me this, give me that. Whatever they give, accept like a monk and lead your life. Done. I think I'm doing that. Let's see. So,
but my question was, if it's not in a work environment, but in general in society,
Same thing, right? Same thing. Now, coming to problems, like, societal problems and this and that. If you think without getting agitated, worked up, you can contribute somewhere, do it. Like in the Auroville today, there are a lot of issues. If you think you can do something in Pondicherry, where you stay, so you can do it. If that's going to be a burdensome on you, because it involves politics and this and that, and then getting into unnecessary trouble, and you feel that, no, that's not the way I need it, it's fine. The bottom line is, it shouldn't make you attached to it, nor feel worked up because of that. If you can maintain balance, being involved with it, and yet detached from it, it makes sense.
So what I'm understanding is, if I'm not getting identified in a craving way that, oh, I am doing it, taking pride, or getting to a point, oh my God, why am I doing this thing? this is the spectrum.
Exactly. So
I'm not getting into both, and if I can just do it and not get affected.
yeah, it's like this, just like the example what I just now gave. I have some skill set, and this company feels that I can use that skill set, and I'm trying my best to do that skill set. And if I'm failing on that, and they give me a feedback that you failed here, and I acknowledge that yes, I failed here, and I've done what I'm supposed to do. If they say, look, your skill set doesn't match with what we thought you should be, and then you gracefully go away. Because I'm supposed to be selling my skill set, and maybe that doesn't fit well into this organization. Neither am I attached to things, nor am getting disturbed or worked up that, oh, they took me and they are doing this with me.
I understand.
Same thing with anything.
Yeah, I find what happens.
Hold a second. When we do whatever we do, there would be gaps between the expectation and the result, right? So now we need to understand, or I need to understand, there would be gap. Whenever I do something external, it's going to be gap. It's playing a role. So when I play a role, it might not be 100%. There was some gap. I don't take the blame. So that's the reason you have to come out of this praise and blame business. If I'm praised, I should be ready for blame also.
Yeah. Comes together.
They come together.
Yeah. And that's why I see a lot of the time, especially in this context, there's a lot of people who are in the victim state, and they're always like protesting and constantly, they don't have the capacity and not necessarily willing to develop the capacity. And there is a strong sense of entitlement on one side. Someone keeps hitting me. They can't do anything because they have not built the capacity to do anything about it. So then they will go on protesting.
No, it's not like that. They are in seeking praise, and they can't take the blame, because now they have to blame someone why it didn't work. Right? Because we all are going to get into challenging environments. For sure. Because if I were to do it individually, it would have been better. But then I have to do with a group of people. It's not going to be easy cakewalk anyway. And they don't listen to what I say or what anybody says. So then I have taken a role which demands me to convince them, and that they might not get convinced. So in that process, one day I might get a praise and another day I'm going to get a blame. And both are fictitious.
Right. Okay, thank you. Very clear.
Sure. So let's hope so whether I can meet the expectation here. Yes, Sergio.
I think your current expectation is spiritual now. So they don't, because since your boss...
No, the thing is like this. If I get caught up, that's a problem. So my observation to myself is not to get caught up. Just do what is supposed to be done. And if I can't do it, I'll say I can't do it. And face the consequence of not doing it. It's fair. There's no point in dilly-dallying on that and trying to pretend something and that I shouldn't be doing. That's what I feel. If I can, I can. If I can't, I can't.
Yeah, but because you've pulled the fire from the stove, which is the craving. So whatever energy there is, it'll runs its course.
And above all, you need to earn for a living. So you better earn for a living. If that's the end of it, an end of it. That's it. Nothing to be worked up.
Well, actually, and as far as I know, it is not that I'm a fan of Buddha. I'm saying this, I think, because you were told that when you are interacting with a big amount of people, I think less rebellion or less criticism. The only man I have seen or heard from the teachings is only Buddha. Other all the people have got a lot of criticism.
Yes, absolutely. because he's perfected that.
Yeah.
Nobody can beat him.
Yeah. His Sangha was the most peaceful, and I can't even imagine such a group of people were there.
Yes, I agree, but then there were problems. But anyway,
Yeah, there were.
but they're not as big as any other teachers. But what we can see in Buddha is, or what we can really take from Buddha, is the 15 Charana Dhammas. If you were to follow in proper order.
The qualities of Buddha, right?
Yeah, and the qualities of Buddha, there are 15 Charana Dhammas.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were to do that, exactly mimic whatever he did,
Yeah.
you would end up being a stable person.
Even Vilashi, like a couple of things in that, like Vichacharana Shambanno and Anuttara Purisa Dhamma Saradi,
So that's what I'm saying. That Charana Dhamma is 15 of them.
Yeah, just two I'm talking about, like if you show by practice, whatever you're preaching, you practice, and also you only teach people who are wish to be taught, these two things will solve most of the problems, I think.
Exactly. At least first follow what you preach is the first thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm wanting to do all the time.
Yeah. No,
Whether somebody agrees, disagrees, agree to disagree, disagree to agree, whatever way combination. Are you doing what you are doing? That's most important. Because if you take one half, the other half is also true. That means if I take praise, the blame is true. Because you have taken this side and that side is going to become true. So at Sakadagami, you don't have these two polarities. So you don't have those 8 things at all. So it's just like a free flowing. Because if you take one, the other one is also true. So why take it? Just leave it. Because they both are same. Today you'll get praise and tomorrow you'll get blamed. Because you are not getting blamed or praised is a condition. You met the conditions, so you are praised, and you didn't meet the conditions, so you're blamed. So don't blame the condition. That's just a condition. So next time around, if you get the same condition, see what best can be done. Or if it's different condition, anyway you have to do something different to come out of that condition. So use your skills to work out within the condition and see what best that can be done. And nothing is there. Accept the condition and move forward. It's still a condition anyway. Okay, should we end then?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Vilashi.
Thank you. Good day.